Hey, hi. Taking a minute to slow down because I have not slowed down in a long time. It's an important thing to do, no matter who you are and what you're doing, whether you're Mr. Ryan or whether you're any of you or whoever. It's important to slow down. One of the things that's also important that I don't do enough is I take a step back every now and then. When I get the need, or when I remind myself to take a step back, what I mean by taking a step back is I like to do a thing where I actually pretend that I'm someone else. I'm somebody else, and I'll pick out somebody I know, maybe or whatever, or somebody in the building, and I will try to envision. I'll try to see me through their eyes, and the things that I say, and the way I treat others, the way I talk to people, my integrity, my am I being honest, am I being kind and understanding, and all of the things I really do. I try to live a period of time or just a snippet through someone else's eyes. So I try to see myself um, from a different lens, from somebody looking on, watching me. I know it sounds cheesy, but it helps me figure out something, and it helps me figure out a couple things, but mostly, I stop and I think often what's important to me. Do you guys ever do that? If you don't, take a second right now. Think about it. What is important to you? What's truly important to you? Because I know a lot of you will say things that you think are important to you, but do you really mean that? Or do you think it's important because that's the thing to say that will make me look like, hey, I don't really have feelings and nothing can bother me? It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to say to be loved is important to me. It's okay to say to have connection, to be taken care of, to have a friend, to have a significant other, whatever. It's okay to say that because those are important things. Those are important things to help you become the person that you want to be, a healthy, functioning, thriving adult. So take a second, and I really want you to think about what's important to you. Okay, now that you've done that, or at least grabbed onto one thing that's important to you, I want you to ask yourself a question. Is the way that I'm living, acting, behaving, treating others, interacting, is all of that helping me support what is important to me? Is that bringing me closer to others? Is that helping my relationship with my parents, my grandparents, my foster parents? Is that helping me uh, get through school so I can go get the job I want? Is that helping me, become a person who's worked through some of the trauma that I've experienced so I can be a good parent someday? Ask yourself that and be honest with yourself. What is important to you? And is the way you are living aligning with that? And if it's not, then you have to ask yourself a couple questions, right? What's really important to me? And be honest. It's not just the things that you think. I mean, and there are different stages in your life where things become more important. Priorities change, right? When we become parents, if you choose to become parents, that's going to play a really significant role, or at least I hope it would. Priorities change, and I get that. But right now, right here, in the time that you can control and the time that you can take a look within yourself, what is important to you, and is the way I'm living supporting that, helping me achieve that? Tough question, man. Tough question. I think a lot for me, a long, long road. You guys know, and if you don't, we got a lot of new kids, so you might not know. And those of you who've heard this story a million times know, I had a long road, six years of being essentially by myself, right? Homeless outside, looking for places to sleep and things to eat and clothes to wear and all that, scraping, scrounging, bouncing from house to house. No real connections to anybody. No person that I could say I genuinely felt loved by. Nobody supporting me in my education or my sports or caring about where I was or anything like that. It just, I was alone. And what was important to me during that time, now, if you would have asked me then, if somebody would have come up and asked me, I would have said, oh, football, my boys, whatever, the things that I thought were acceptable to say. But inside, for me, it was what was important to me was to feel safe, to feel loved, to feel connected, to feel a part of something, to feel seen and heard. And I was none of those things. and the way I was living didn't help that, because I wasn't being open, honest. I was putting on a mask and acting a certain way and trying to protect myself and my feelings when it's okay. I wish somebody would have came and grabbed me around the shoulder and said, "Hey man, slow down. It's okay. It's okay. I know you're hurting. I know you just want to be loved. Let's talk about it. Tell me what's going on." It would change my life. It would have totally changed my life. So I really hope that you guys take it upon yourselves. And if not, you know, welcome the challenge from a staff member. If they choose to, question you on your priorities and, how do you think that's helping you achieve your goals, welcome that and really take a look at yourself. It's a hard thing to do. It's a very, very hard thing to do. However, taking a look at yourself and evaluating yourself and sometimes having to be, tough love on yourself and say, man, I got to get this thing figured out, and I got to take this person's advice, or I got to really stop acting a fool, or I got to get me some help, or whatever it is. That is the first step in doing what? Somebody just screamed it out. That's the first step in breaking the cycle. That's what we're out to do. We got to break that cycle, those old patterns, those things that generations before us lived through, and it didn't do them any good, and it caused a lot of pain and hardships and broken roads. That ain't for you. You're going a different path because you're breaking that cycle and you're starting your own. And I believe it. The first step is taking a look at yourself. Challenge yourself. Am I doing the things that are going to help me be the person that I want to be? If not, I got to ask myself some hard questions, and I got to be prepared to answer those with my actions. All right. Cycle breakers, baby. Thanks.